Hey, Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Shai by Shem Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and others great millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and blessing to y'all, pushing this truth throughout the four winds. Just back with another lesson. As you can see, it's titled "Be One Who Sets the Tone." You know, that's how a king maneuvers. Okay, if you're a leader, if you're set to lead, then that means someone is going to be following you, and moves you make and things you do, people are watching. So when you set the tone, you want the bar to be set as according to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, you want to set it to where it's set good. You know, you don't want to be slack. You don't want to be slothful. You want to set the bar to a standard to where the people that's following your lead, they have a good tone to follow, because that's the way it's supposed to be. Okay, it's the same way. Not comparing us, none of us, to Yahweh Shai, but look how when he moved, how his disciples moved with him. You know, he set the tone. Okay, casting off demons and doing things, you know what I'm saying, things like that. The tone was set. Okay, so this is how we have to maneuver. We got to set the tone. All right, and this is Judith 8:24. Okay, it says, now therefore, O brethren, let us shew an example to our brethren, because their hearts depend upon us. The sanctuary and the house and the altar rest upon us. Now, if it rests upon us and people are watching us, it says, because their hearts, that's their minds. Their minds depend on us. Because if we become weary, if we become fearful, if we show a lack of faith, we start doing all these things, and it leaves no hope for the following generation after us. Okay, so not saying you're going to be walking and you're going to be perfect and brothers aren't going to see you in lower moments. That's the flesh. Okay, that happens. So, but this is the thing. The majority of time when brothers see you, they're supposed to see strength in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay? It says, and the altar rests upon us. The house. Now, Israel is a house. That house has, if people don't believe it's a house, just look at when Moses had the commandments on Mount Sinai. That was to the children of Israel. That was a house. No other nation can keep those laws that he has set up for the house of Israel. Okay, he gave those laws to the house of Israel. That's a house, and that house, it's rules, just like we have houses today. You have what? Rules. You have things you can and you can't do. But he's saying, and the sanctuary and the house and the altar rests upon us. So the way we conduct ourselves, all these other men of Israel and women, they're going to maneuver and walk as we set the tone. It's precept Sirach 2:10. It says, look at the generation of old and see. Did ever any trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushai and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? This right here is a perfect tone. Because if you wear this scripture, you're pushing off faith. You're pushing off the Lord will never leave nor forsake me. When you wear this, now men looking upon you and marching after your footsteps, guess what happens? This is how they maneuver. This is how they conduct themselves now. Okay? You teach someone, hey man, trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. I've been in that situation. I know a brother that was in that situation. This is how he maneuvered. He got out of it because he trusted in the Lord. Okay? First Maccabees. I'm going to start at chapter 2, verse 51. It says, call to remembrance. Notice everything is going back for people who set sound examples. Okay? When we go up here, it says, look at the generation of old. That means you had to look back. Okay? Then look at the generation of old. Now we come in here, it says, call to remembrance. That means you have to look back. Because those men that we're looking back to, faith was through the roof. They were willing to die, and they always trusted in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. That's why we're called to remembrance, to look back. Okay? It says, call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time. So shall ye receive great honor and an everlasting name. So if you do what they did, following in their footsteps, guess what? Your name is everything. Okay, so that's what he's saying. Die for what you believe in. Stand firm for what you believe in. Okay, this is setting the tone. If you raise cowards, they're going to raise cowards. Okay? You cannot raise cowards and expect someone not to be a coward, and that's the way you raise them. Okay? You got to be stern. You have to be kingly minded. All right? It says, was not Abraham found faithful in temptation? And it was imputed unto him for righteousness. Okay? He was found faithful. He knew that he trusted in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Even though the thing that he was going to do, he was going to go through with it. Okay? He was found faithful. And these are the examples that we must follow. Okay? It says, Joseph, in the time of distress, kept the commandment and was made Lord of Egypt. Locked away for 2 years. The Lord had a guard. Or eunuch, I think it was. I think that's what it was called. And he had him, and he was like, he befriended him. Okay, for 2 years. He stayed faithful to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, even being wrongfully accused. Okay? Phinehas, our father, being zealous and fervent, obtained the covenant of an everlasting priesthood. Yahushua, for fulfilling the word, was made judge in Israel. Caleb, for bearing witness before the congregation, received the heritage of the land. David, for being merciful, possessed the throne of an everlasting kingdom. Elias, being zealous and fervent for the law, was taken up into heaven. Ananias, Azarias, and Mishael, or Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, by believing, were saved out of the flame. Daniel, for his innocency, was delivered from the mouth of lions. And thus consider ye throughout all ages that none that put their trust in him shall be overcome. This is what we instill in younger brothers. This is how we set the tone and we lead. Okay? This is how it's supposed to be. If you took for a minute COVID away and everything, and the way, let's say all this stuff was just, it was back to normal life and normal living. Let's just say that for a second. This would be how you maneuvered and you lived. You know what I'm saying? You would show brothers, because if they had children, they would have to say, I remember my elder taught me this. I remember he taught me this, and this is the way we're going to do it. Okay? 25. Moreover, let us give thanks to the Lord our power, which trieth us, even as he did our fathers. So they were tried. All of them were tried. Okay? The thing is, they stood firm on what they believed. And this needs to be instilled in us so we can instill it in younger brothers. Okay? Precept. Jeremiah 6:16. Thus said Yahweh Shem Yahushua, stand ye in the ways and see and ask for the old past. Here we go. Rewinding once again. Going back. What we need to be doing and taking examples from the great men in the past that set the example. Okay? Where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein. And that's how Israel is. You know, a lot of times, like right now, a Christian pastor in church, he would try to set the way for, like, their examples. Their examples are off. Okay? And that's why you have a soft, feminine society. Okay? You have a soft society that we live in. Because no one has standard, ethics, morals. Everybody's just weak. That's the vibration, to just be soft, to just be weak. And that stems from lack of strong men. Okay? Lack of strong men. That breaks the family structure. Lack of strong men. Okay? If you're a man and you're raising sons, and your son see your wife running all over you and you don't put your foot down, guess what happens? Psychologically, when he gets older, it's going to be the same way. His wife is going to run clean over him. Okay? That's what's going to happen. Okay? So, yeah, Salakia. Okay, so the standard needs to be set to where we actually maneuver and do things in its proper manner. All right? Romans 12:1. I beseech ye, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. You know why that's your reasonable service? Because when the Lord can use you to the full capacity, that spirit shows to other people. Okay? It shows. So now that spirit's being shown, what happens? We have men that follow you now, and through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, it's the way it's supposed to be. Now they believe wholeheartedly. Okay, now by you making yourself a living sacrifice, they're going to go all out like that. And then the Lord can say, I can use this brother to basically be a living, he's made himself a living sacrifice. Now I can use him wholeheartedly. And it's just like, and the saga continues. All right? Because ultimately, when you become into this, you become an Israelite. Let's say I'm not become, but when you wake up to who you really are, and you basically go back to the customs and things that we did, you have to do it all the way to the best of your ability. Okay, you don't do it and have it fit to what you want it to be, to where it's comfortable for you and it's easy. No, you got to do it all the way. All right. 26. It says, remember what things he did to Abraham and how he tried Isaac, and what happened to Jacob in Mesopotamia of Syria when he kept the sheep of Laban, his mother's brother. For he hath not tried us in the fire as he did them. Okay, because our walks, trust me, nobody can compare it to Job. Okay, no one, man. The things that these people went through, these brothers went through, were far greater. So that's why we're to look at them, because the things we go to, you can minimize and say it's bad, but it's not that bad. Okay, so, and they showed faith and integrity through those times. How much more should we, knowing that they made it, they went through to the end? Okay, it says, for the examination of their hearts, neither hath he taken vengeance on us, but the Lord doth scourge them that come near unto him, and admonish them. Okay, so precept with that, where we speak on, for he hath not tried us in the fire as he did them. 2 Corinthians 4:17, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory, while we look at the things which are seen, but at Salakia, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, and these are the things we're supposed to be teaching. These are where we're supposed to show the younger generation and the younger brothers, like, bro, everything you do and you get, let it be Velcro to you. It can be taken away because it's temporal. Don't lock yourself into certain things, or basically nothing, to totally be locked into, to where it becomes like your God. Okay? Because all these things are temporal, but it says, but the things which are not seen are eternal. And that's what we're shooting and striving for. Okay? That's what it's all about. But this tone has to be set for people who's following to be on that level. Okay? Hope this is edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushai by Hashem Kodash. Double honors to the apostle and Elder Great Millstone, who rule and teach well. Peace and blessing to Yah, pushing his truth throughout the four winds. Till the next time, Shalom.